What is up, my fellow side questers? We are back in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 with Master Builder Part 3, and have I got something special today? That's right, I actually thought ahead for once. Now I'm thinking I'm going to take up most of this corner of the park and a little bit of this corner for a very big world. Guess what that world is going to be? That's right, Game of Thrones. Okay, so I've already got a couple of big rides in mind for this. One of them is going to be the battle for the wall. That's right, we're going to build a giant ice wall over here in this corner with an awesome roller coaster that's going to loop around, loop through some attacking mammoths, some attacking wildling villagers, have a lot of fun, and then come back and hang out with Jon Snow at Castle Black. Just like the real show. Let's get to it. We're going to have to build the wall pretty big, I think. And I haven't tried it out before, but I'm pretty sure there are elevators in here, so we can keep it pretty cool. Unlike last episode where we had these giant steps going up a mountain, I think we should try for elevators this time. You'll have to excuse my nasally voice today. I have a little bit of a cold. For the rest of the days when my voice is naturally nasally, I have no excuse. I think that's looking pretty good so far. Let's do a little bit of terrain painting and see what we can do. Now there is an ice here. And is this snow? It is. Awesome. What's that one? Snow and ice. Oh, we've got everything. Everything you could ever want. Snow, ice, snow and ice. This game is just so good. This is coming along quite nicely, if you ask me. Now, I've read A Song of Ice and Fire, the books for Game of Thrones, and I know a lot of you are fans out there, so I'm not going to spoil the show, especially the current season, which is going very well so far. But I do have a few interesting tidbits from the books that didn't quite make it into the show. And now these aren't spoilers for the show. They're just like little examples of how things have changed. One thing that the show did differently to the books is Brienne of Tarth never actually met Stannis Baratheon and killed him. Now, that might be a little bit of a spoiler if you haven't seen Season 5, but come on, you should have seen Season 5 by now. Anyway, instead of actually meeting Stannis, she actually sails over to Braavos in an attempt to rescue Arya from the Hall of a Thousand Faces. And that's to keep her oath to Catelyn Stark that she's going to keep her daughter safe. So that's just a little bit of a difference. That doesn't really affect the show. Now out here behind the wall where this is basically the Wildling Land, also known as the Haunted Forest in the books and the show. So what we're going to be doing is adding in some of these large trees and just really building up this area. And it's good that it auto-replicates on the other side of the fence, so it kind of will extend on. I don't know why we have a little sci-fi plant over here, but hopefully that'll get drowned out a bit with these other trees. Look at that. That's coming along quite nicely. Cool. So I'm planning on building an elevator up here so that people can, get on top of the wall. And then I'll probably have to build some pathways just because this is going to be very difficult to build paths. So I might have to build some raised ones. And I'm going to have a roller coaster that kind of comes down through here, through all this battle, and then comes back up here. Then they can hop down off the wall. And that's going to be the main attraction of this area. So I'm looking forward to seeing how this turns out. All right, let's build this elevator. Now, elevators have always been a little bit confusing. Just, is that the same? That looks about right. And then, boom. I think that's correct. I mean, I probably shouldn't have built the wall at a 45-degree angle because it doesn't line up at it. Oh well, we'll see if this works. We can sort of pretend that this is the walkway along the top of the wall. I mean, it doesn't line up perfectly, but I think it'll work. And then I'll probably have the roller coaster exit over here, and then I'll do the opposite over here for the entrance. This will work. All right, that looks a little bit wrong, but I think it's going to work. It's going to be functional. We're going to have people going up, get off, jump on the roller coaster, get off, and then I'll probably need to build a elevator that goes back down because I don't think they go two ways. I think we'll do a stand-up coaster. We haven't had one of those yet. That's a little bit different. Little something new. I want to avoid going into the wall because I just know that the geometry is going to kind of stuff it up a little bit and ruin the atmosphere. But we had a steep drop straight down. This will work. All right, what sort of tricks do we have? We got a corkscrew. Ooh, that's fun. Large corkscrew. I don't think we have enough room for over here. An S bend. I guess it's kind of fun. I mean, I like bends and I like the letter S. What could be wrong with putting them together? All right. So that's looking pretty cool. And then down here is going to be the main battle. So I'm planning on putting in like some animatronic elephants and stuff like that. So we got to weave in amongst all of these. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. And loop. Just enough speed. Oh, perfect. This is actually going to be quite the cool roller coaster. That's pretty cool. Goes around the trees. It's good that it automatically deletes the trees, because if it didn't, I would have been in a lot of trouble because I did not think about that ahead of time. Awesome. And we have rounded it out. Look at this roller coaster. I mean, I think this might have been the only roller coaster that we've built that actually looks like it makes sense, just at least a little bit. I mean, we got corkscrews, we got loops, we got this sort of crazy thing, whatever it is. And it's all in a really cool setting. We've done well, people. We've done well. Look at this. All right, let's go on a test ride. I think this is going to work out quite well. Hey, look, we got the fireworks over there. Woo. Oh, here we go. Look at this. Oh, look at this. This is fantastic. Oh, corkscrew. S-bends. Another corkscrew. And then we do our loop. Oh, that was great. We got this weird little bone crunching thing, whatever it is. Look at that. You know what? As far as accurate Game of Thrones theming sort of rides, I think this one is actually pretty good. And I know I say that about all the roller coasters we've built, but I think this one actually isn't too bad. This one can stand on its own 2 feet. Alright, let's do a little bit of theming, because that's really what's going to make this ride. Check this out. We have got some woolly mammoths up in here. This is cool. It's just like that one episode, the Attack on the Wall episode. It's fantastic. Oh, I totally forgot that we can put in these special effects. Look, these are like little mist machines. Oh, this is going to be great. Alright, for some reason I can't figure out how to turn on the actual mist. I mean, I've got a whole bunch of them placed around. Maybe it only turns on at like nighttime or a certain time. See what else we can chuck in here. Okay, now that we've got our wall built, I think we got to make the main bread and butter of the park down here with some smaller rides, a little bit of a food court, and this will be the Castle Black area. Another little fun fact in the books, it's actually called Castle White. I don't know why they changed it for the show. I guess it just sounds a little more edgier and moodier being Castle Black, but no, it's actually originally called Castle White in the books. Alright, I don't remember Castle Black being quite so cheery a place in the show, but I think that's semi-accurate to what actually happens. I mean, that's probably the King's Tower where Jon Snow sleeps. This is some form of Ferris wheel where the Black brothers relieve some stress. And this is the Reese's Peanut Buttercup sponsored training area where they beat the shit out of each other with swords. Yeah, this all makes sense. It's all canon, you could say. I think what we should do now is build some walls around it to turn it into an actual castle. I'm pretty terrible with these tools, but let's see how I go. I find the problem with these walls is it keeps on shifting over what side the wall is meant to be on. See around here, it like kind of pops out at odd angles. And you know, I'm just not going to fix it because it doesn't bother me that much. And I guess Castle Black is meant to be falling down, sort of. So I'm okay with everything being in a state of disrepair, but it's a little difficult to get everything lined up properly. I think when Planet Coaster comes out, I might have a go at making an actual Castle Black because those building tools look to be a little easier than these ones, for example. But yeah, I'm pretty keen for that game. Hopefully it turns out good. All right, we've got the outer walls built. Let's dress it up a little bit. Let's see what we've got. One is it crenellations, I think? That's what we want to be putting on top. Look at that. That looks like something. Perfect. You know, I think I'm pretty happy with this for the Castle Black and the wall area. I think we've got a great roller coaster over here. The wall looks very nice. Castle Black, well, I think you can tell that it's meant to be Castle Black sort of. We got the rides, we got the stores, but mainly we've got this awkward wall with these floating crenellation things. And that's what really sells it in my opinion. So I might just put a couple of trees in there and some rocks and stuff, and then we'll move on to the next big rides. So for the next big rides, we're going to go to the other side of Westeros, and that's right, we're doing dragons. And now, because I couldn't find any specific dragon roller coasters, we're going to be doing flying coasters. It's good to use your imagination, isn't it? Now, in the show, Danny has 3 dragons, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be building 3 different roller coasters, and we're going to kind of loop them all in amongst each other and make some really awesome rides. So let's give that a go. I find that most of my roller coasters don't have enough power to get anywhere, so I'm going to really start this one off with quite a big chain ride up. And then we'll do some, deep drops, like we're a flying dragon swooping down to get some dragon food, doing some nice dragon fun things. Okay, so I know this isn't the biggest roller coaster, but what I'm really going for is that when all 3 of them are combined and all weaving in amongst each other, that's where the cool stuff comes from. So I think this is a good start, and we'll see what the other 2 add to it. One thing about the show that everyone seems to get a little bit wrong is that Daenerys isn't actually her name. Daenerys means princess in Dothraki tongue. Her real name is actually Khaleesi Targaryen. So that's just a little something that annoys everybody just a little bit when those people who aren't true fans really get it just a little bit wrong. Alright, there's our second roller coaster done. Now I'll change the color of the roller coasters to better match the 3 dragons. But I think that's coming along pretty nicely. And now if we get the third one to kind of weaving around the middle here, I think we'll have something really cool. I think this is looking pretty cool. I made this one with a really big long train ride up to the top to give it a little bit of speed, because these large overbank curves just kill the momentum apparently. And then I've got a helix in here, so hopefully that also doesn't destroy the speed as well. But I think this is coming along pretty nicely. You know, another thing that the show hasn't really addressed yet is that throughout the book, it is strongly hinted that Jon Snow's real mother is actually none other than Khaleesi herself. So I think this might be a part of probably season 7 or 8. They'll probably keep that one in the bank for the time being, because it is quite the shocking twist when you get up to it in the book. I mean, when I was reading Winds of Winter, it just came out of nowhere. And because I'm a genius, I accidentally deleted one of the roller coasters. Like, oh man. Well, I guess I'll get started on that one again. And there we have it. The third roller coaster is built in there, and at the moment it just looks like one giant mess of steel that's all tangled up together. But I think when that's all running, it'll look actually quite nice. So let me just link everything up, and then we'll get on with it. And there we have it. Everything is lined up. Now I think we should go through and change all the colors and names to match the actual dragons in the show. Okay, so this first one, I think we'll leave green, and because it's the green coaster, we'll name it after the green dragon. Viscerus. There we go. Here we go. So the second dragon is white. So there we go. We got that. We got the white. I'll add another train on there as well. And because it is the white dragon, we will call it Rager. Perfect. For the black dragon, correctly named after the show, it is called Dragon, which is the name of her black dragon. And there we have it. We have Khaleesi's dragons. That is looking mighty fine. I'll do a little bit of theming around it. But, you know, I think this Game of Thrones world is coming along very nicely. We got our dragons. We got our Castle Black. Now, what else? I think we need one more thing to fill in this space over here. Let's think about that. Guys, I figured out what our final ride is going to be. All right, this is a big drop. I'll give you a couple of seconds to guess what it's going to be and what I'm going to build around it. Nice and big. All right, you guys guess what it is? That's right. It's going to be Winterfell. It's Winterfell because you fall. Yeah, I'm going to build a little Winterfell around it and some paths and stuff. I'm pretty happy. I like a good pun. I don't know about you, but let's build that. Oh my god, guys, I just found a mini game. Check this out. If you click the ducks, their feathers explode. This game just keeps on adding more and more. Yep, got one. Alright, so Winterfell has a lot of round turrets, so I think that'll be really what I'm going for with this building. Alright, I think Winterfell over here is pretty much done. Actually, I think there's one more thing I need to add. I'm not sure if it'll technically be a ride, but I think it's really going to sell this whole concept. That's right, Winterfell wouldn't be a complete visit unless you got to go up into the broken tower and push Bran out the window. That's right, it's an authentic Game of Thrones experience. It's not exactly fun for the whole family if you understand that scene. Actually, maybe it's a little too much fun for the whole family. But yeah, I think we have done a pretty good Game of Thrones world over here. I mean, this wall and this roller coaster is just fantastic with Castle Black in front of it. It has really worked out quite well. And Dany's dragons over here. Look at that, flying around, having a great time. This park is starting to come together, guys. I have one more idea to put in this corner next time we play. But until then, I'll catch you guys later.